welcome to my channel. With the NHL season in full swing, there have been a few news items that have come out in the last few days regarding a few NHL teams. And so I'm going to go over two of them. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to touch on a WHL news item. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the Vegas Golden Knights, they have signed Carter Hart to a PTO, which is a professional tryout, and they have the intention of signing him to an actual contract. This is kind of just a placeholder just to make sure that he is good and that the Vegas Golden Knights are in a situation to take him on. I am going to be sticking to, in this part, to just the on-ice stuff. I'm not going to go into the minutia of the off-ice stuff. If you want that, there are a few videos on YouTube, I am sure, that goes into that and talks about that. So just keep that in mind as I go through this story. So Carter Hart, he was an okay goalie before he left the NHL. He was on the Flyers. He was drafted by the Flyers in the second round of the 2016 draft, I do believe. And he was a decent goalie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that he was superstar level. He was a decent goalie who kept the Flyers afloat. And when he left the Flyers in 2024 to go deal with the off-ice stuff, the Flyers took a nosedive. So he was impactful for the Flyers while he was there. Let's keep in mind he hasn't played hockey for a year and a half, so he may be a tad bit rusty. However, I do believe 2 or 3 weeks before he's able to play any NHL games, he is allowed to play a few conditioning stint games in the AHL, which I bet will most likely happen. And while he was with the Flyers in that season where he left the team halfway through, he had played 26 games up to that point and had 12 wins, which not the greatest. However, he did have a 2.8 goals against average and a 906 save percentage. So save percentage is average. However, the goals against average is a little bit high. And from the looks of it, Vegas, they are in kind of a position to allow this to play out and allow this to see if he can play for the Golden Knights. I do believe that that is the intention. And so, yeah. I am very interested to see how he does, given the fact that he hasn't played any hockey games in a year and a half, and to see how the media gets into this and how he handles the media scrutiny that he will get in the next few weeks and months. Now, going on to another little story, Jacob Markstrom, keeping in the themes of the goalies, has been announced to be out for a little bit for New Jersey. It was reported that it's a lower body injury. We don't have anything more specific on that. However, out of the 3 games that the New Jersey Devils have played, Jacob Markstrom has been in all 3, and he was taken out halfway through their last game, and so Jake Allen came in. And I would say that this is kind of worrying for New Jersey, just because of the fact that they've had to call up Nico Dawes from Utica, their AHL affiliate. And the last time that they've had to call up Nico Dawes, it did not go that well. So I hope that New Jersey is able to keep on the winning and keep on like their trajectory, because it only makes for more competitive hockey, and I like competitive hockey. Now going into the WHL news item that I had, it concerns one of the teams that I follow in the WHL, which is why it's being brought up. The Vancouver Giants have traded for Kelton Pine from Regina in exchange for a 2028 sixth round pick. So basically nothing. And in the WHL, a sixth round pick in the draft means a very little. So this signals to me that the Giants don't trust the backup goalie that they have right now, and that is Owen Longborg. I do believe I am saying that correctly. He is a 06 from Minnesota, I do believe, and Pine, he is an 05. So the Giants fill out all of their overager spots with Ty Haliburton, Pine, and Ethan Middlestead. So this team is figuring themselves out. They're not the greatest team in the WHL. They have 3 wins to their name right now, and they have an issue with keeping leads. They had a 3-0 lead in their game against Swift Current, and that fizzled out, and they lost the game. And so I don't think a goalie was necessarily the answer. However, they have picked up a goalie, and I do believe that he's probably going to be the backup. However, maybe Hood is on the hot seat. I don't think any of the games that they've lost with him in the net have necessarily been his fault. So, yeah. Interesting move from the Giants, and I will be looking at this very closely because I follow the team and I like the team. And it's unfortunate that they've lost, I say that they have lost trust in their backup just because I can't think of another reason. So that's going to be the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you think of all of the things that I talked about, especially the Carter Hart signing. I want to know outside of Twitter, I want to know what people are thinking and feeling about that. And also make sure you like the video to let YouTube know that you like this kind of video and that you like this type of content. And lastly, make sure you subscribe because that helps in the algorithm as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.